Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our HUD Outreach channel. And today I'm going to just kind of talk about a few things, the pitfalls that I see with HUD. And I'm Troy Moldy. I'm the host of this show, and I'm with TM Listings. As always, you can contact me with any questions, and I'm here with Jeremy Peterson with Remax Results, and you may also reach out to him. We're not getting much questions these days just because HUD inventory has been so low the last couple of years. That people, in my market, there's not really any, and so, but anyways, I'm going to talk about the pitfalls of what I have seen over the years of listing HUD properties and what some agents have done. So without any further ado, let's dive in. When you purchase a HUD property, HUD does not provide the HOA seller disclosures. So I recommend that when you're talking to your buyer, or if you are the buyer, just know that there's going to be a fee to pay for those documents. The seller will help you get access to those documents, but not pay for the expense of ordering those documents. Resale disclosures I've seen go anywhere from $100 to multiple associations to $600. That would be a rare exception, but I have. And you do want to get those documents sooner than later, just because you never know what's going to come up. If you're an investor and you're buying this for a rental property, if you cancel after getting the HOA documents because it's not allowed for rentals, you're going to lose your earnest money. So the sooner you get those, the better. And call and reach out to the association with any questions that you have. Look for any lawsuits or what have you. Also, what's happened is HUD the appraiser deems whether a property is insurable or not, and they do an REO appraisal in the beginning. And if the property is insurable, it's not subject to a condo questionnaire, which standard FHA non-HUD owned properties are subject to that. And so to protect yourself, you do want to make sure that you know all the details going on with that association. So always order the HOA docs. Utility activation and property condition reports. This one's come up a handful of times where people will say, oh, I've looked at the, and lenders have accepted it, I've looked at the property condition report. I see that the pipes hold pressure, so I'm not going to jump through the hoops of activating the water. I totally understand that, because it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to activate all those utilities and the water and coordinate with everybody. But there's no guarantee that the property condition report is accurate. And I've had cases where people have chose to not activate the water, and then after closing they say, hey, wait a minute, I turned the water on and there was a bunch of leaks and you said that the pipes held pressure. That's the purpose of going through the utility activation and inspection procedure, is to just verify all of that. If you choose to not activate utilities, and whatever happens after you get into the home, you've done so at your own risk, and there's no remedy after closing. Second thing I've heard is people say, well, if I activate utilities and put them in my name and I don't turn the utilities off after, what happens? Well, potentially, what I have seen happen is HUD will give you 72 hours to put the utilities in your name for your appraisal, inspection, and what have you. And I've had people cancel the transaction, forget the utilities were in their name, and 4 months later they get a big bill and they call and want me to reimburse them. But there's no reimbursement method for non-compliant to procedure. So I always recommend do as much due diligence as you can up front. Call the city, call the county. If there's a well, if there's a septic, find out anything you possibly can about that, because once your bid is accepted, there's no renegotiating for any terms the property sold as is. If you can't perform, you have to cancel and rebid. That may mean you lose a property. So call the city, call the county, reach out to the HOA, get all the information that you can, go through the utility activation so that you can see if there's any issues. Read the property condition report as an FYI, but do your own research. So that's what I have for you guys this week. And again, as always, if you have questions, reach out to me. And I'm so grateful that you tuned in to listen to our outreach this week. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.